All right. Good morning, everybody, and welcome you back again once again to the update. This information is very critical and it is very vital. So I want you to listen to it and see how you can move forward with this piece of information. Not forgetting, we are still expecting disbursement, and in this VN, he talks about reasons why disbursements have not taken place this week, and pay attention to him and see how you can be, his also can be of help to you. And make sure you share this piece of information so that we can have one voice towards disbursement.
People in Grand community in Nigeria still believe or feel that there is no money called grant in Nigeria. Some people in Grand community in Nigeria believes that there's no grant anywhere. That subscribers in Grand community are just wasting our time. That we don't know what we are doing. That we are not, as if we are not with our right frame of mind. Some people in Nigeria, even they are part of us. Funny enough, this set of people are part of us in Grand community. They are just here to see our downfall. They are here wishing our downfall. They are here as if they are not here with us in Grand community, but they are here for a divergent purpose and intention, hidden intention, a different intention and purpose from ours. They are here in our midst, but they are not part of us in terms of our expectation. Their wishes, their intention and plan is to ensure that this money is not disbursed to the suffering masses of this nation. Their wishes is that the grant handlers should fail, and the subscribers in grant community should be disappointed, dejected, and continue suffering. That is their intention. And I'm telling you the fact. Whether you agree with me or not, that is just the fact. Some people are in our midst. I'm saying it again. Some people are here in our midst in Grand community. They are not supposed to be part of us. In fact, they are not part of us. They are never part of us in terms of our expectation. Our expectation is different from theirs. Their own expectation and intention is very, very different from ours. They are few. They are not as much as we are. They are few, but they are in our midst here in Grand community. Grand community is a mixed multitude kind of place. It's a mixed multitude place. So never you believe that everybody in Grand community is your brother or sister or is wishing you well and expecting what you are expecting. Some of them are wishing and looking out for us to fail. They are looking out for our downfall. A lot of people in Grand community never wish that our expectation comes true. They never wish the grant handlers to be able to deliver their mandate and disburse money to the suffering masses of Nigeria to cushion the effect of economic hardship or hardness in this country. It's quite unfortunate. It's quite unfortunate. Do you know that these grants ought to have been disbursed before now? This is our expectation. This disbursement that we are still expecting, that keeps lingering on weeks and weeks, weeks upon week, month upon month. Do you know that finally this money ought to have been disbursed 2 weeks ago? Everything that needed to be done from the angle or from the side of the grant handlers have been done. If I tell you today, if I open my mouth to tell you today, the kind of a terrible things, terrible attack, backstabbing, allegation, all sort of negative things that some set of people are unleashing and dishing out, on Apostle Ken Wakama, in order to ensure that this money, that the gene of disbursement, of grant disbursement in Nigeria does not come from him, that this money is not disbursed in grant community to the suffering masses of this country by him. If I tell you what is happening or what has happened and it's still happening, you will not believe it. But I don't really want to open my mouth and divulge everything. I wouldn't want to go deep down. I wouldn't want to be the one to release the whole thing, to release the details. I wouldn't want to go into details for the reason best known to me. Some of you here on this channel might ask well, might have know the reason also for me not to give the details. So I only do the little I'm permitted to do or the little I can by updating us, about the happenings in Grand Community, even though I will not go deep down to give the whole details because it's not in my power and capacity. I'm not saddled with the authority and the capacity to do that. I'm not in position to give all the details. If the grant handlers themselves that are the main actor of the whole activities could not, if they have not really come out to give the details about what is happening to them, then who am I to do that? I am not a grant handler. I'm a subscriber, even though I'm an NGO, but I'm a subscriber to grant. I subscribe in millions to them as well. So I'm not in the position to come out and give the details of the attacks. The attacks, in fact, this country is a very strong country. And what else can we say than to just be praying for this country? That God bless Nigeria. This country is a very strong country. It's a kind of a country that doesn't want its citizen, doesn't want a citizen to succeed, doesn't want a citizen, doesn't wish the citizen well, doesn't want them to succeed, doesn't want them to flourish and prosper, and live well. It's like they are using, in this country, they are using poverty, economic hardship, as a tool or a weapon to subdue and subject the citizens of this country so that they can be humbled and used for political reason, for political purpose. They can be able to control their mind, can be able to control their activities when they are subdued with abject poverty and hardship. And that is what I see playing out in this country. If you're still part of the people in Ghana community that still believes or that still feel there is no money called grant, there's no grants in Nigeria to be disbursed to people, that means you are not here. That means you are not well informed. That means you don't even know what is happening here. You don't even expect to be part of us in the first place. Because it is very, very clear, it is vividly clear, without any shadow of doubt, that there is money in this country. There is grants in this country. And that is it's been fully confirmed beyond reasonable doubt that there is grants that is meant to be given to the suffering mass, meant to be disbursed, given to the citizen of this country. But the strong man in this country that is determined that the citizen of this country will not rise is still the one blocking it, to ensure that citizens of this country are kept down, they are broken, they are humbled, oppressed and suppressed with the tool of poverty, so that they can be easily manipulated and be able to control the mind of the citizen for political purpose and intention. This is what is going on. It's only few in the political power, and few that are connected to the politicians of this country, to government, that are living well, using the commonwealth of this country to enrich themselves and their family, living in affluence and leaving the majority, the populace of this country, leaving us in abject poverty, to suffer, wallow in pain and in penury. But God Almighty, the creator of the universe, the one that has power, over any government of the country, of any country, will rise for us. Will rise for us and fight for us and deliver us in the mighty name of Jesus Christ. What we need to do at this point is to continue praying, not to give up on holding on to God, depending and trusting Him to arise for us, to deliver us, to fight for us, and help us to collect our right from them. Ladies and gentlemen, what is happening now, the stage we are presently in Grand Community, is that the money ought to have been disbursed to us, but the grant handlers are still struggling to clear the grant finally and completely in order for them to be able to disburse this money. You remember in my last update, I told us about how far Mama Supreme has gone. That is Supreme Grant or Supreme Family Entertainment Initiative. How far she has gone, ensuring that she deliver or she disburse this money to a subscriber. You know, they are at the banking stage as of last week, tidying up the things to get clearance letter from the bank. The partners and the super coordinators were at the bank last week. You know, the whole thing looked green. Looked so green, so much so that nobody would have believed that by now she wouldn't have disbursed the money. That is for Supreme. Yeah. What about Tilbert Grant? The last update I gave concerning Tilbert was last week as well. Last week I gave us an update. Or is it last week or early this week? Yes, today is Saturday. Today is Saturday 25th of January 2025. Earlier this week, I gave an update concerning how close even Tilbert Grant disbursement is to us. In my last update concerning Tilbert, it was so glaring that by now Tilbert will have disbursed grants to the subscribers. But unfortunately, we are still here. We are still expecting. The grant is not disbursed yet. Tilbert hasn't disbursed yet. As at the last update that I gave, the country ambassador of Tilbert Global Foundation coordinated asked the NGO, told the mother NGO to come to Abuja for letter signing, for MOU signing, and other documents submission. The whole thing looks so green, so much so that nobody would have believed that by now Tilbert hasn't disbursed the money to the subscribers. Is it Tilbert that failed? Is it that Tilbert has failed us? Is it that Tilbert doesn't have the money to disburse to Nigeria or to our subscribers? If you are in that category, believing or thinking that Tilbert has nothing to give, Tilbert has no money to give, Tilbert can't disburse, he doesn't have money to disburse to the subscribers, you are in a long thing. You have been deceived. You have been deceived and you are blindfolded. In fact, you don't know what is happening in Grand Community in this country. If you believe or you think Tilbert is disabled, Tilbert doesn't have the money to disburse to Nigeria, you are very wrong. If you think or believe Supreme is deceiving the citizen of this country, or she's deceiving the subscribers in Grand Community, you have been deceived. You are backward. You are blinded, and you don't know what you are doing. Yeah, I'm telling you. If you also believe that Apostle Kenwakama doesn't have money to give, that is only fooling people and deceiving people, doesn't have money to give, you are so behind. You are so blinded that you don't know what you are doing at all. See, I've said this before, I'm still saying it again. The only factor that is affecting these people is, first of all, the enemy within. The enemy within. The second of all, Nigerian factor is another powerful tool that is depriving us of this our blessing not to have been given to us. Nigerian factor and the enemy within the grand community, they are within us. They are in this sector, they are in the ecosystem, fighting tooth and nail to ensure that these grand handlers are failed. The failure of the grand handlers is their own joy, is their delight, and they are determined to make sure they failed. Such power is in this ecosystem. They are within us, they are among us. The attack that was released and unleashed on Apostle Ken since last week, especially the beginning of this week, it is beyond world. It's beyond words. And like I said, I don't want to go into details to start telling us the details of of what happened and how it happened. I won't say that. I won't say that because we don't even need that in the first place. What we all need, what all the subscribers in our community need, is alert, is disbursement, is jubilation. That's what we're expecting, and that is what we need in this ecosystem. So, what am I saying today? Today's update is to actually tell you that there is still light at the end of the tunnel, that everything is still intact, that we are still on the right path. I'm here in this update to assure you that any moment from now, by the special grace of God, the bell will ring. The bell will ring. The whistle of victory, the whistle of jubilation and celebration, the final whistle will be blown any moment from now. And this will happen by the special grace of God. It can only happen by the power of God, the God of the masses, the suffering masses in this community. So that is why I keep telling us that we should not relent in our prayer. We should not give up in our prayer. We should not be discouraged. We should never even, have a fleeting thought of giving up or of coming to a conclusion that there is no money to be given to Nigeria, no money in grand community to be disbursed to Nigeria. Never you, as a believer, hardened believer in what you believe, never you give up. Never you get to that part or to that point where you will throw in the towel and you conclude that there is no money to be given, so you have given up, that there is no money to be given. Never you get to that stage. I'm begging you in the name of the Lord. Be strong, be steadfast, be firm, standing strong and tall, standing tall and strong with rugged determination, that you will get what you bargain for. You will get what you want to get, or what you believe in grand community. You will not leave grand community empty-handed, the same way you came. This should be your belief. Be resolute about it. Be determined about it. Stand strong and firm on this, your faith, on your belief. Never you come to a conclusion that there is no money in this community to be given to you, because there is money and you shall surely get it. The problem is, the challenge we are facing now is a battle of a strong man. A strong man, what the Bible calls a strong man, that is not ready to release his captive. Just like, the story in the Bible, the story of Israelites in Egypt, that Pharaoh, the king of Egypt, refused to let them go. They are kept under, a slave, a tax master, like a slave. The Israelites were kept down like a slave in the land of Egypt for years. And when it's time for them, that has been prophesied, that God told them it's time for them to leave, Pharaoh, the king of Egypt, still resisted it. He refused to let them go. He was determined that they would not go. So they will be kept under his captive as a slave. He refused to let them go. But when God, the Almighty God, said, it's time, no Jupiter, no matter how strong, how powerful the strong man is, can stop God. At the right time, God set them free. God said, it's time for them to go. Pharaoh, the king of Egypt, said, no, they will not go. But at the end of the day, we know how the story ended. We know how the story ended. Nobody can stop God. Nobody can fight God. Nobody. When God say yes, nobody can say no. So my people in Grand Community and on this channel, I'm using this time to encourage us to continue steadfastly in our prayer. To continue steadfastly in our prayer. To continue trusting God, relying and depending on Him to fight for us and help us to collect our entitlement, our right, our disbursement from the strong man of this country that is determined to keep us under abject poverty, to keep us captive under abject poverty in this country. Because this is our right, it's our God-given blessing. But the enemy of the country, the enemy of the citizen of this country, which is primarily the government themselves, they are determined that this right will not be given to us, so that they will keep enslaving us, even in our fatherland. God forbid. God, the creator of heaven and the earth, will arise for us. He's doing it already. He's fighting for us. He's fighting for us. And surely, everything will come to an end, and the battle will be over, as God will triumph victoriously for us, collect our rights and our blessing for us, and deliver it unto us. Soon and very soon, this shall come to pass by the grace of God. If we don't give up, the only time that this thing will not come to pass, it is when we give up and throw in the towel and say it is over and agree that it is over. There is no money to be given anywhere. That is when it will not happen. But that will not happen. We will not give up. We will continue trusting God, continue praying and trusting God to help us collect our rights and give us our right. We will continue in prayer. We continue trusting God, praying and thanking Him for what He has done and the one He's doing presently. Ladies and gentlemen, great people in Grand Community and on this channel, CPNGO, I'm using this opportunity to encourage us, to let us know that our right, our blessing will soon be given to us. Let us continue trusting God. And let us continue praying for Apostle Ken Wakama, that God should give him victory over the enemy, those that are fighting him, those that are setting up allegations against him, attacking him left, right, and center. They are the enemy within. The Bible says the enemy of a man are the member of his household, those that know him, those that have dined with him, that have worked with him before, and along the way, they deserted him. They left him. They are the one coming back to attack him now to ensure that it would never be the one to disburse this money. The battle now, the main challenge is that this set of people they don't really want him to be the first to break the gene. They want to be the first to disburse the money. Their name and the name of the organization should be mentioned and should be written with gold ink in Nigeria, that they are the first people or the first organization to disburse money in Nigeria. So the battle now is who to be first. Is the battle of entitlement, the battle of being the first to disburse. Let my name be heard. Let it be said concerning me in Nigeria that I am the first I'm the one that breaks the gene. I'm the first to disburse before other grant handlers start disbursing. That is the challenge here. That is the issue here. How do we resolve this? How do we get here? How do we come out of this? Nigerians and the suffering masses of this country, or the subscribers in Grand Community, are not interested. We are not interested in who is disbursing first, who is breaking the gene, or who is making the record to be the first grant handlers to disburse in this country. That is not our concern. That issue, that one will not solve our problems. It will not put food on our table and pay our bills. What we need is whoever, anybody, we don't care. Let's just this money be given. Let it be disbursed to Nigeria to cushion the effects. Let the suffering of the subscribers in Grand Community come to an abrupt end. That is our desire. That is what we want. We want the suffering to be removed. We want the suffering to be cushioned. We want it to be over. We want to live a good life. We need the money to pay our bills, to pay our debts, clear our debts, and do things to better our lives. We are eagerly waiting. We are waiting. So we are not interested in the battle of who should be the first to disburse. Who want to be the first to disburse? I must be the first to disburse this money. I must be the first to make the record, break the gene. That is what is going on here. We heard that, as of yesterday, we heard that the three principal actors in AGPGN, their accounts, their commercial banks have been credited with the money they promised to disburse to their subscribers. The AGPGN, we all know the AGPGN, the former grant fighter in grant community in this country, renowned one that everybody knows, in this country, that shook the table like never before, like no other grant handlers in this country, the AGPGN. But they are now grant handlers. I hope we all know that is no longer a news. We all know that they are now grant handlers themselves, and they are doing well. They are preparing to shake the country as well. And finally, it seems as if the whole thing is going to their favor. As of yesterday, an information got to me that there are the three principals, these three actors in AGPGN. That is Abdul, the German machine, and Pastor Felix Amokpito, and John Olowoyo. Those are the three principal actors in AGPGN. Their banks has been credited. Yesterday, they have received the money. Yesterday, being the Friday 24th of January 2025. Yeah. It's not fully confirmed yet. It is today. I'll continue the due diligence. I'll continue making my research, contacting my intels and contacting the strong people that are in Abuja, that are the forefront where the whole thing is happening, to be double sure that yes, that information is real. But however that may be, I thank God that at least good news is coming from that direction after a long while. It gladdens my heart because I'm an agent of good news. And whenever I hear good news concerning any one of them like that, it gladdens my heart. It refreshes my soul and my hope concerning it. Okay? First of all, even before I go ahead and start making a due research in order to fully confirm it, I even thank God for hearing the good news, from that angle. So the information got to me yesterday evening that they have been credited, the three commercial banks of these three principal actors in AGPGN had been credited finally. That was yesterday. And those three principal banks will start distributing the money to the rest 9 banks, which are the partnering NGO around these three principal accounts, these three principal actors. There are 3 other 9 banks that are partnering NGOs bank associating and connected to these 3 principal actors in AGPGN. So those 9 people, those 9 NGOs, partnering NGOs with AGPGN will be credited beginning from Monday and Tuesday. I mean, from Monday upwards. That is the information that got to me. And I pray and wish that it is true. Although I'll continue doing my research concerning it, but I believe it is true. And I wish it is true. Because, the intention of the whole thing is that, or the main purpose of the whole thing, the whole brouhaha, the whole, hustle and tussle in Grand Community is to see the suffering masses, the subscribers in Grand Community to be relieved. So that is why whenever I hear good news, from the angle of any one of them, it gladdens my heart. I'm happy because it makes us closer to our desired result. It makes us closer. It brings us, it gives us hope, refreshes our hope concerning our expectation, which is to get this money disbursed to the suffering masses and the subscribers in this ecosystem. So let's keep our fingers crossed. First of all, let's continue in our prayers, trusting God to continue fighting for us, to help us, to collect our right for us. Because we don't have any power. We have no power of our own. We have no power of our own. We are only depending and trusting God. I'm talking about the subscribers in Grand Community. We don't have power of our own. We don't know any government. We are not connected to any government that can fight for us. Our hope and our trust is in God Almighty, our Creator, to fight for us and deliver our right and our blessing to us. It's God we rely and trust on. Okay? So let's continue trusting God, praying to Him to have mercy on us in this country and help us collect our right for us. Secondly, let's continue praying for Apostle Ken Wakama. That man is going through a lot. The man is a genuine man. It's a genuine man. Is going through a lot. The attack is too much. They are attacking him. And I won't say more than this. I don't want to go into details. Some of us know what I'm talking about. Some of us know what I'm talking about. And to those of you that does not know, well, you are knowing it now. That what delayed that man to have disbursed the money to the subscribers is attack left and right. There are some set of people that doesn't wish him well. They don't really want him to be the first to disburse this money, and that is the truth about the matter. Take it or leave it. That is what is still hindering that man till now. Okay. Then concerning the one of Supreme, like I said, they are the banking stage earlier this week. They are the banking stage earlier this week, or was it earlier this week or last week? They are the banking stage, the partnering NGOs, the super coordinators. They are there at the bank, and up till now, the money is still not disbursed. Theobarth Global Foundation, they are on their final stage. Some of the NGOs had been credited. They are only waiting for the code to be able to access the money and disburse it to the subscribers. You see, these and many more. It is what is happening. I'm just scratching the surface of the whole thing. I won't go deep down because I'm not saddled with the capacity, with the power to go deep down, to divulge more than this. Okay? But let's keep our fingers crossed. Let's keep hope alive. Today is Saturday. The week has ended today. Another week will begin from tomorrow, Sunday. So let's hope for the best as from next week. Next week, Monday and Tuesday. We see the positive light beaming and shimmering on the side of AGPGN. As a matter of fact, among all the grant handlers, the AGPGN seems to be the one leading and topping the chart this week. The activities in grant community is noticeable this week more than every other one. So my prayer and wish is that let it be so throughout next week, and let their intention and their dream come true as regarding them disbursing the money to their subscribers. Okay, that is my prayer, the wish, and that is what I want us to pray, to be praying for. We wish all of them well. Nobody should be enemy of they shouldn't be enemy of themselves or to themselves, fighting each other. That it must be the first to break the record to disburse grants in this country, which is what is going on now. Okay, and we thank God for everything. All I know is that God's name will be glorified at the end of the day in Grand Community. One day soon, everything will come to an end. All this brouhaha, all this fighting, tussle and hustle and all sorts that is going on in Grand Community will come to an end. It won't continue like this forever, because there is time for everything. There is time to start something and there is time to end it. And there's nothing that is being started or that is started in life that will not come to an end. Okay? The brouhaha, the fight, the tussle, hustle going on up and down in Grand Community in this country will surely come to an end one day soon. And I believe the time is now. The time is close. The time is close. So, ladies and gentlemen, as I round up this update, let's keep our fingers crossed and hope for the best as from next week.